What up guys, Dan Does Games back in GCDC Global, and today we're going to cover Guild Wars and the strategy to use to increase your chances in winning. Like everyone knows, Guild Wars is a guild activity where two guilds PvP each other. Each guild will fight with guild members in a multiple of 5, meaning 5v5, 10v10, 15v15, and so on. But the most common will be 30v30, and for that reason, all numbers in this video will be based off of that. Each guild member will have 2 attacks, and each defense will be worth up to 3 stars and up to 5 points per star. The winner of Guild Wars will be first determined by who has the most stars, and in the case of a tie, which is very common with both teams reaching 90 stars each, the winner will be determined by points. The reward for Guild Wars is a large number of guild medals and prana. The amount you receive is based on the number of attacks you do. Whether you fail or succeed your attacks doesn't matter as long as you do both of them. However, whether your guild wins or loses will determine whether you receive the full reward or half. So still, attacking to win is the best way for max rewards. But you guys already knew this, I just have to cover my bases at the start of a guide. Now let's get to strategy. So the general strategy is 3 phases. Phase 1, attack your mirror. Phase 2, cleanup. And phase 3, attack for points. Yes, I could have made a phase 3 profit joke, but that isn't a topical meme. So let's start with phase 1, attack your mirror. This is pretty self-explanatory. If both guilds were lined up, one in front of the other, with members in order by rank, your first target is the person across from you. Rank 1 fights rank 1, rank 7 fights rank 7, rank 15 fights rank 15, and so on. This will gauge where your guild stands versus the opponent, and it will also expose all of their defense. Ideally, this first attack is done within the first 12 hours of a guild war. This will give the rest of your team enough time to plan out phases 2 and 3. Now, on the rare occasion your team is just too OP and wiped 90 stars off the bat, then skip to phase 3. Otherwise, we begin phase 2, cleanup. The goal of this phase is going back to failed attacks and 3-starring every defense. Now, this is harder to dictate and to automate who should be responsible for cleaning up specific defenses. So I'm using a simple 2 rank rule. Whoever is 2 ranks away from a failed defense is responsible for 3-starring that defense. Example, let's say rank 15 only got 1 star. Then ranks 13, 14, 16, or 17 is responsible for handling this. I would also say that even if we are still in phase 1 and everyone hasn't done their first attack yet, if you see a defense within 2 ranks of you failed, you are free to attack that defense if you feel you can 3-star it. This is to keep things moving along so everyone isn't waiting for people to do their attacks at the end of each phase. Again, this is my lazy way of trying to automate things. There are more complex things to think about, but I'll come back to that topic later. Alright, assuming everything went smoothly and now you got 90 stars, phase 3 will be trying to maximize your points. The point system is as follows. Rank 1 through 3 will yield 5 points per star. Ranks 4 and 5 will yield 4 points per star. Ranks 6 through 10 will yield 3 points per star. Ranks 11 through 20 will yield 2 points per star. And ranks 21 through 30 will yield 1 point per star. So when looking to see what is the max amount of points you can achieve, start with the bottom of these brackets. For example, let's pick on rank 15 some more. Staying within your bracket, rank 20 would be the lowest target for easy points. But let's take a look at the next bracket starting at the bottom, rank 10. If you feel you can 3-star that defense, then maybe take a look at the next bracket, rank 5. Or if you feel you can't do rank 10, then consider one higher, rank 9. Because rank is based off of BP and doesn't take into consideration team composition. Just because someone is higher in rank, they may be using characters not suited to PvP and are an easier target. But this bracket system is more of a guideline on where to start looking. However, the most important thing is to know your capabilities in PvP, and to go for a defense you know you can 3-star. With the exception of the bottom 2 brackets, a successful 2-star attack on a higher tier is worth less than a 3-star attack on a lower tier. And of course, a 0-star on anything is worth less than a 3-star on the lowest bracket. So when we say maximize points, we don't mean simply go for the highest bracket, we mean to go for the maximum amount of points that you can achieve. If you are rank 28, unless you really feel you can 3-star rank 3, don't waste an attack on a defense you aren't sure about. Play it smart. And that covers the 3-phase strategy. Lastly, let's talk about a few more Guild War and PvP related things. First off, I must say, utilize all information available to you. I mentioned in phase 1 that after an enemy is attacked, their defense is exposed. When you click on their defense, click preview, then click on any of the previous attacks, and here you will see the information hidden before. The 2 hidden slots and the prestige levels and awakening levels of all characters. This is incredibly valuable, especially in the scenario where people put out baits for banning. Yes, one character might be annoying and normally troublesome for you in PvP, but you shouldn't ban them if they are unawakened and unleveled versus a max awakened, max leveled character. Seriously, it takes less than 30 seconds to get this information and it helps a lot for more successful attacks. Next, I want to say that BP is a very misleading representation of player strength. First off, your rank in Guild War is based off of your defense team power, not your attack team power. So it isn't actually unheard of someone 3-starring a defense when he ranks above them, since the majority of players focus first on their offense before their defense because of the weekly restrictions on top tier gear. This actually isn't a bad idea to focus on attack more than defense, since most Guild Wars end in points anyways. Even if your defense always gets 3-starred, if the majority of your guild can consistently hit the top 10 ranks of opposing guilds, you will have the advantage in points. So definitely focus on maxing those attack teams first. On the same topic of misleading BP, I also want to say again that some of the rules I said, like the 2 rank rule, is a lazy way of automating this. A smarter way to go about phase 2 would be to have the minimum attacker handle that defense. Meaning if that defense was say 300,000 BP, find someone with 310,000 BP to handle it so that higher tiers can go for higher points. Of course, like I said, defense and attack team BP aren't synced, so the highest attacker may be at the bottom rank, making finding the ideal attacker confusing. And again, using BP to determine who is capable of what and who is responsible for what isn't a very reliable rule anyways. So maybe you can see how it was a bit hard making a simple guide to Guild War. I'm not saying it is the best and you don't have to use it, but if you don't feel like micromanaging every attack in a Guild War every time, this simple strategy works fairly well. Also, I made this video so I could post it in my guild Discord. Good job making it to the end, guys. Anyways, that does it for this video. Hopefully you found this guide helpful. If you dig it, leave a like and subscribe for future Grand Chase videos. Just a heads up, next week is a major event at the company I work at. So depending on my hours, I may not be posting on my regular schedule. Plus, Resident Evil 2 came out and I really want to play it some more. I'll still be posting, but the next 2 weeks are going to be a bit more sporadic. But thank you guys for joining me today. Stay awesome, and I'll see you next time. Peace. Oh my god. Editing this video, I found out just how dull I sound. I was trying to slow it down because people were saying I speak too fast and the information goes too fast. But when I slow it down, I just sound so droll. I don't know. Let me know in the comments below if you like this speed or if you want more energy and speed. Alright, I'm out for real. Peace, guys.